学长有推流码吗？
有。
So is my voice okay? And please tell me.
OK， 我们这就开始了。
And you mean that I can directly start? Just directly start as whatever. Wow. Wow, the countdown. Come on. Yes. Okay. Ghost tell me that I can just start now, so if there is any problem or any issue on my voice and the audio of the game, so please just tell me, okay? Tell me via the chat, okay? Alright, let's do it, okay? So, hello everyone. I'm Emma. Okay. Now the person now speaking is Emma. I'm Emma. And today I and Naloa are going to run a fan game called SlimePark. Okay. And before the run, I'd like to say a few words. And this game is created by Neko, who is the creator of I Wanna Gaze at the Horizon, I Wanna Keep It 100, and I Wanna Slime Trap. So SlimePark is developed from the ideas of these three games, especially Stage 2 and 4 of I Wanna Gaze at the Horizon, and the entire I Wanna Slime Trap. So SlimePark is a 104 puzzle game. It consists of 99 screens of puzzles, a boss on screen 100 together with 8 secret keys, while one is automatically provided after beating the boss, so indeed there are 7 secrets only. And you may wonder why this run is performed by me and Naloa. And the reason is, unfortunately, I can't beat the boss of the game. But I think that it would be a huge loss for watching a SlimePark run without the boss. So thankfully we can work together on this game. And in this run, I will do everything before the boss, then Naloa will do the things afterwards. Also, during the run, I will explain the gimmicks briefly when they appear. I will also explain the ideas of finding the method of solving some puzzles. Although this run will be kind of a spoiler, you can just pay attention to my explanation on gimmicks and ideas so that you can enjoy this game by yourself afterwards. Moreover, since Neko has posted a walkthrough video on YouTube demonstrating the standard solution of regular stages of this game, you can refer to it whenever you like. And note that the version I'm using now is 1.03, while the latest version is 1.09. I will tell you the reason a moment later. So, now here is the loading screen. You can see that there are 2 difficulty levels, moderate and impossible. Normally everyone will choose moderate, but this time we'll try to do the run in impossible mode. Well, we can do so because there is a trick of saving the progress in impossible mode on version before 1.07. And we choose to do so because we can see the true ending of this game only by clearing 100% of it in impossible mode. And that's the reason we'll run it in impossible mode on version 1.03. But here is the warning. Neko doesn't like people keep playing this game in earlier versions, and he thinks that being able to save the game in impossible mode is a bad idea, right? And that means in order to show respect for Neko, we better play this game only in the latest version. However, because this run is kind of a showcase and the ultimate aim of this run is showing what the true ending looks like only, so at this moment, please be the bigger person and forgive me. Alright, let's hope that we can see the true ending in this run. So, Ghost, please, you may start the timer now. So, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Okay, now here, this is the background of this game. One day, our protagonist, Not, spelled K-N-O-T, not Kit, wants to enjoy his pudding at the tea time. But the pudding is not in the refrigerator. What happened? It turns out that Shirata King invaded the house and stole the pudding. So, of course, Not is angry. And the reaction of Shirata King is... he runs away. So Not chases him and the story begins. Now here is level 1, that means screen 1. As this game is called SlimePark, it's natural to have slimes in this game. Furthermore, numerous kinds of slimes will appear in this game, and different slimes have different properties. Unfortunately, we need to memorize all this knowledge all the way, otherwise we may be stuck here and there. And because of this, I think this is one of the reasons why Neko raised the difficulty of the puzzles of this game by 10 stars, compared to I Wanna Gaze at the Horizon receiving 9 stars and I Wanna Keep It 100 receiving 7 stars only. So get ready for memorization. And now we come back to the game. Here we meet the first kind of slime. This green slime is called green gel. And officially, we classify a slime by its color and its type, while type is sometimes also called form. I'll use both type and form to denote the same thing. So for instance, this green gel has green as its color and its type is gel. We can easily distinguish its color and type of a slime by looking at its appearance. Okay? And by the way, there is a total of 13 different types and 19 different colors of slimes. Yeah, there is a lot of things we need to memorize and familiarize. Okay. So for simplicity, most of the time I will call the slimes directly by their colors and types instead of their official names. Also, I will use the term gels, G-E-L-S, and to refer to all slimes that have a gel type. And similarly for the case of other types. All levels except level 100 has this room design. Apart from the platforming part and the number of the level, there is a board or dialogue providing information related to stuff appears on that level. So for example, this board tells us that it's dangerous to touch green gels. So let's have a try. Oh, it's true. I died after touching a green gel. Well, don't worry. In version on or before 1.03, we can press F6 instead of O after dying, and pressing F6 brings us to the portal room with the rules in the progress. What I mean by progress is which level I've reached so far and which secret keys I've gotten. Well, although the act of arriving portal room itself doesn't save the game, it doesn't waste my progress in the meantime. So that's the weird reason why I will run this game in version 1.03 here. So now we go back to level 1 to continue the run. So now this board here looks strange, and the reason is, in fact, this board tells us that it's not harmful to touch a save point. However, because there is literally no save point in impossible mode, so even the save point on the board also doesn't exist. Okay, so let's continue. Now, not only green gels, khaki gels are also dangerous to touch, so don't touch it. And so as brown gels are also dangerous to touch, so don't touch. Now, some slimes have HP and can be soaked, so this green gel is an example. It has HP 1, and so has khaki gels. But brown gels have 3 HP, so this is only a small difference. this time we introduce a type of block.
然后这个是
This is
砖，
called
这个是
a
砖，
white
可以
brick.
射击打掉，
It
通
is
过射击
safe
打掉
to stand on it. And if a white brick is hit by bullet, it will be destroyed. Okay.
哦，
And here comes blue gels.
蓝色的史莱姆
Blue
是那
gels
个
are
弹跳
are
弹
safe
簧
to
史莱姆。
touch. And if we
哦，
stand on
它
them,
弹了，它是
we
一
will
个安全
bounce.
的东西。
And blue gels have HP too. So that means we can
同
shoot
样
them.
都也可以打掉，也可以打掉。
Now this time we have larger white bricks, but they're not different from the normal white bricks.
大的砖跟小的砖是一样的，没有任何区
We
别，
can
都
also
可以
stand
射
on
击。
them and also we can shoot them. Now here we have ghost gels. Right. Ghost gel means in color and its types are ghost and gel. But I shall just call it ghost gel instead of
这个
mint
长得
ghost
像
gel
钩
for
鱼一样的史莱
simplicity.
姆，这
And
个
ghost gels
是鬼
are
魂史莱
dangerous
姆，
to
鬼魂
touch.
史莱姆。
Yeah, ghost gels has two types, ghost and gel. And every slime has one or two types. For example, the type of green gel that we have seen before is gel only.
啊，这个幽灵史莱姆是不能碰，但是子弹是可以穿过去。
Ghost and gel, I mean. Well, perhaps ghost theme is a theme that has ghost in type. Okay, now touching the top right hand corner here will give us the entrance to secret one.
然后这里是隐藏一
Now
啊，
because it's
是个白给的隐藏，
the
是
first
个很白给的隐
secret,
藏，随便拿的。
so
这边
it's
是
very easy. And note that whenever I get a secret key, the progress of game is automatically saved. And this is the reason why Naloa can continue to run the game after my pass. Okay. And also, by the way, after I get a secret key, right, that secret key will be replaced by a grey key afterwards. Right. That means grey
如果你
keys
重新进隐藏的话，就是
appears meaning
它会
that
变成
you
灰
have
色灰色
already，
就意思就是你没必要再拿过了。
secret key before. No need to get it again. So let's continue. And a special property of ghost gel is, although it is a slime, bullets can pass through it. And that's why it's called ghost. Oh, this. And this time we have aqua bubble. Right. Its color is aqua, and its type is bubble. Right. You can see that it bounces
Aqua
after
bubble,
hitting a
aqua
wall.
阿库亚的
We can bounce on it.
泡泡。
Okay. But however, like line
绿色的是
bubbles,
有毒的，蓝色的是无害的。
臭一
line
点。
bubbles that shown on the board are dangerous to touch. So I don't touch those line bubbles.
这个绿色的这个泡泡之后还有别的作用，
Containing
到时候再
bluish
说。
color is the necessary condition for slime to be safe for touching. So blue gels and aqua bubbles are safe to touch, but lime bubbles are not. Right, by the way, we can notice that all bubbles here are moving in the same speed. And this point is different from slimes of other types. Okay, let's continue. And now here comes slimes with a face. Right. Having a face indicates that this slime has a type of face, but not
现
gel.
在这个这些史莱姆
And
都开
therefore
始有
this
头有脸
slime,
了，有
which
脸
is
啊，
called
这
a
是第一
mist
次出
slime
现的这个
officially,
带脸的
has
史莱
aqua
姆。
as its color and face as its type. But I shall directly call it an aqua face instead. You can see that aqua face emits
是
tiny
是
aqua
阿夸
bubble
的脸啊
然。后这个泡泡呢
that
是
can
安
uplift
全的，
这是
碰啊它是可以
uplift
把你带上去的。但是如果你要从这个泡泡往下穿是很难的。
However, this red face, which is called toxic slime officially, emits untouchable
然后
tiny
这个
red
红色的
bubbles
话
above it,
泡泡不能
as
碰。
shown on the board here. And that means we can't directly go across above it. And also notice that, okay, so notice that white bricks can block those tiny red bubbles, right? But faces, that means the slimes that have a face type.
然后这个是橙色带脸，是发一个激光炮。
For instance, this orange face, which is called orange cannon officially, emits light balls with a frequency. You can see that light balls can kill player, and light balls disappear after hitting a wall. So, by the way, faces basically have infinite HP, and this point is different from gels. Okay, and purple face, which is called purple cannon officially, also emits
然后这
light
个
balls.
带脸的这个不能打，因为是血量是无限的。然后这个紫色的带脸的是发射一个回旋的那个激光炮。
With a constant speed, but light balls emitted by purple face moves with acceleration like this. So this is only a small difference too. Now gray face, which is called gray cannon officially, emits light balls
哦，
too.
不对，我记错了，
But its
这
light
个颜
balls
色才是
will
这个
go
回旋激光
backward
炮。
after moving for
是
some
蓝，
distance.
这个紫色的应该是发射的那个稍微快一点。
So for example, it is safe to stand here, to stand here. And let's wait. No need to rush. Now here is blue face, which is called bounce slime officially, and we can bounce on it, and with the
这个
help
是
of it,
蓝色
we
的带
can
脸
get
史莱
up
姆
to
会把你弹得很
6.5
高。
blocks high. And here is mist slime, that means the aqua face again, so I think all of you still remember. Now here comes black face, which is called evil smile officially.
这边出现了黑色的带脸史莱姆，这个黑色带脸史莱姆会与这个 key 的同步左右移动。
Let's wait. So for example, we can stick to the wall here while keep pressing right key to make this black face move right. Okay. While conversely, white face. This is a white face, which is called
然
gentle
后这
smile
边
officially.
出现这个无色带脸史莱姆，有爷爷史莱姆。然后这个是跟那个黑色的是反过来的，它如果你 key 的往左走，它就同步的往右走。反过来 key 的往右走，它就同步的往左走。
We have slimes with big eyes. This green face, for example, which is
然后
called
这边
top
出现了
slime
一个
officially.
绿色的带脸史莱姆，它的作用是可以反弹子弹的，就改变子弹的方向。
So for example, this green face is on the ceiling, so the upward position for it is looking at the ground.
然后绿色的这个史莱姆的那个朝向一定是朝上，它的眼睛一定是朝上。这个之后是要考。
Green face has a special property. When it's hit by bullets, as you can see on the board here, it will redirect the bullet to the direction
你能不能不要把
it is
考
looking
题
at.
泄露出来？
So we can make use of this property to switch bullets to desired direction in order to, for example, break this white bricks like this. Okay. And also remember, don't touch them because that's dangerous. Now here we have khaki face and brown face, which are called left slime and right slime officially.
然后这边出现了其他的那个反弹史莱姆，这个
green face.
橘黄色的那个带脸这个反弹史莱姆是眼睛朝左，黄色的是朝右。
Now, this time we face a new difficulty. The rope is not activated. Well, the
然后
problem
这边
lies
出现
with
了
this
这个紫色的带脸
raspberry
史莱姆，
face,
又称
which
皇
is
冠史
called
莱姆。
King
这个是
Slime
在之
Officer.
前的那
The
个最
rope
强大脑
will
就
be
已经出现
activated
过。
as soon as
射
the
击这
raspberry
个史莱
face
姆打死
is
之后，
killed
就会激
by
活
a
这
bullet.
个这一关。
So whenever we encounter this situation, we need to find a way to shoot it. Yes, you need to memorize a lot of things. In order to solve these puzzles. Okay. Now, so this, as soon as the raspberry face is killed, the rope is activated. Right. And this time we introduce a new slime type. The metallic and glossy appearance indicates that this
这
slime has a
次
type
是
of
出现了新的一种一个大类的那个
slimes having
史莱
both
姆，
gel
叫
and
金属
steel
史莱姆。
property.
这个是
They can reflect
铁
bullets.
史莱姆，
So
它
as
的
an
效果
example,
是
this
不能碰，
white
然后子弹射上去
steel
会反
gel.
弹回来。
Yes, not silver. Its color is white. It can bounce bullets back like this. And note that knots can be killed by a bullet, so be careful. And also we can play with this property
或者教它
of
银史莱姆
steel
可能更
gels
准确一些。
with slimes having big eyes like this. Now note that this trick is extremely useful. So
这边教了一个这个银色史莱姆的一个常见用法，就是在这个游
and
戏里，
similarly,
就是这样子
yellow
反复
steel
的这个
gel, which is called golden gel officially though, also reflects bullets, but it moves as well.
然后这个是金色的这个金属史莱姆，这个它会移动，然后其他性质跟那个银色史莱姆是一样的。
Okay. And recall the red face emits toxic tiny red bubbles, so be careful.
这关没有新东西了，就是解谜。
Well, orange gel, as shown on the board here, will become a white
好，
brick
这边出
when
现一
it
个
is
新机制，
shot.
就是这个橙色无脸史莱姆，打了它之后会变成砖。
Okay. So far so good. I hope all of you can still follow. Now here comes yellow face, which is called slime gazer officially. It always looks at the direction of player. So for example, this yellow face
好，
looks
这边出现一个
left
非常特殊
when
的
I'm
反弹
here.
子弹史莱姆，这个黄色的
Well, it looks，
然后它的眼睛是
when I'm
会
here.
跟随这个 kid 的位置而改变的。
So it always looks at
它
the
的改变的那
direction
个
of
界
knots.
界限是那
And
个
we
斜
can
45
reuse
度
of
的一个
this
线。
property to change the direction of bullets by moving to different position, like this. And by the way, we can shoot and most 4 bullets at the same time, just as shown on board here. So, now, back to knowledge about gels. Some gels won't be killed when shot. And for example, lime
好，
gels
这边出现
become
了这
lime
个
bubbles instead
青
of
绿
being
色的无
killed
脸史莱
when
姆，
shot.
这个射击之后就会变成之前出现的那个青绿色的那个泡泡，然后这个泡泡有一个作用，就是可以消掉那个银色的金属史莱姆。
Now the lime bubbles melt white steel jars. So we can make use of it to eliminate those unwanted white steel jars. And
别急，现在的机制才出现了不到1/3吧。
One shot. Okay. So here.
这个青色的那个无脸史莱姆射击之后会变成那个可以把 key 的弹上去的那个泡泡。
We go up to shoot the raspberry face. Let's do it again. And wait for the lime gel. And also note that you see the animation of a lime bubble melting a white steel gel can also kill the player. Right. So be careful. Now this time we have steel faces.
好，
For
这边
example,
出
this
现
is
了
a
一
white
个
steel face.
这个银色的那个金属史莱姆带脸的
And
那
its
种，
property
然后
is
这个带脸
different
的
from
话
white
是不会
steel
反弹
gel
子弹的。
because white steel face doesn't reflect bullet, and it doesn't melt with lime bubbles too.
哦，对，同时它也不会被那个绿色的那个泡泡消掉。
And you will know an important property of white steel face later at level 64. But let me first do another secret.
啊，这边是第二个隐藏。
Now here comes signs. Right, S-I-G-N, signs. Right. These things are signs.
啊，这个隐藏里面又有新机制。碰了这个按钮之后，所有的那个刺会变成对应的那个史莱姆，它的眼睛的方向是与 key 的碰这个按钮的方向是有关的。如果是从左边碰这个按钮，那么所有的这个史莱姆的那个眼睛都是朝左。
It will transform all slimes in the same level into the slimes having the same shape as the sign. Well, not that all spikes in this game are indeed slimes. Or to be more specific, they are all slimes having a spike type. So for instance, now I touch this geyser side when it's looking at left. Then all slimes, for example this, will transform into left-looking slimes, which means left slime or brown face. And this spike side will transform these faces back into spikes. Now, and this
然后再碰这个刺的这个按钮，就会把所有的这个史莱姆再变回刺，对，要反复的这个改变所有的这个史莱姆的这个眼睛方向，然后消砖啊，这是这一关的核心技术。
So as to change the direction that these slimes are looking at in order to break these
然后这一关那个这个带钥匙的按钮不要按就行，这个我具体忘了它是干啥，反正不能碰。
Left slime and right slimes are already, so you should wonder what down slime would be. And also, by the way, and these signs, that are foot touching key size called key size, and you know what they are later at level 18. So here we go to see what dance lines are.
哦，对，我想起来了，这个钥匙的按钮是把所有的史莱姆变成带钥匙孔的史莱姆。这一关你把它变成这个就第4。
turquoise in color. As turquoise is also bluish.
好，这个朝下的这个带眼睛的史莱姆是可以控的。对，这一关比较隐藏的一个机制，但是是要用。
Are safe to touch. So that's the key points to solve this puzzle. Okay, now we come back to Jeff's line. Red gel will explode when it's shot by bullet.
好，这边出现一个新的机制，就是这个红色的这个无脸史莱姆，它是个小型炸弹史莱姆，可以炸开它所在格子周围的3×3的一个范围。
What the explosion looks like? Okay, and the explosion animation can also kill the player, so be careful. And also note that white bricks can
这
also
个炸弹
light
碰到
bulbs.
P 的本身也会死，
So we
对，
can
所
make use of it to
以
block
射击它的时候
this
离
light
远
bulb from the purple panel, or from the purple face. Now this time we see the second type of brick, navy blue brick. Well, although the explosion
好，然
of
后
red
这
gel
个红
can't
色
kill
的这
other
个炸弹
slimes,
史莱姆是
it
可以
can
炸开
destroy
这个
navy
紫
blue
砖的，
bricks.
这个
Just
紫砖是
like
无法用射击
is
射开的。
shown on the board. Okay, so
对，
for
这应
example
该叫
like
蓝
this.
砖啊。
Okay. And as you can see, navy blue bricks can't be destroyed by bullets, but they can be destroyed by other means, such as explosion. Okay. No. Yeah, shoot the bullet, then go to left. Now here we have the third type of brick, silver brick. Silver bricks are very hard.
好，
Bullets
然后
and
这里出现了一
explosions
个
can't
新的
destroy
紫
them.
色的无脸史莱
However,
姆，
if they are
它
touched
射击之后
by
会变成
purple
紫泡泡
bubbles,
然后
they
紫
will
泡泡
turn
呢
into navy
会
blue
把
bricks,
这种
like this shown
银色的
on
这
the
个
board
砖
here.
变成
And this
蓝
gives
砖。
us a way to break these silver bricks, like this. And wait for the cycle. Ah, no, that's not the way. Okay. Okay. Here. Okay. Now we introduce another important another kind of gel that will explode.
好，这边出现了一种新的炸弹史莱姆，这个黑色无脸，黑色无脸的炸弹范围是爆炸范围是7×7范围，特别大。
Explosion range is 7 × 7 blocks, with center on it, compared to 3 times 3 of red gel explosion. So be careful and remember these two facts. And you can see that the explosion range of red gel, you can see is very large. So be careful. Now we can make use of the 4 bullets we have. No good. No. Let's do it again. What? Excuse me? No. Come on. I should show you this.
这边是多射击几枪，然后容错。这里需要控制这个黄色史莱姆的眼睛，挺恶心。
Okay. Now here we introduce another important slime, pink face.
好，这边出现了一个新的这个粉色带脸史莱姆。这个史莱姆机制比较复杂，我简单解释一下。首先不能碰，然后射击它之后，它会发射一个高度为3格宽的一个激光炮，然后会变成一个尸体状态，然后尸体状态也不能碰。
Watch carefully. First, we notice that laser makes red gel and red gel explode. Second, laser destroys most of these slimes and bricks.
然后激光炮可以轰开这个除金属以外的所有的东西。还有那个幽灵史莱姆也不能碰。
steel type or ghost type. So laser is powerful but not invincible. And these 2 observations I have just mentioned are significant. Yes,
下面这
there
个
are many things
这
you
个
need to
粉色的
remember.
这个史莱姆就不能打了，因为右边的那个黄怪史莱姆如果被轰开的话是不
And
能
that's
激活
why
那个
the
沃克。
puzzle difficulty of this game is high. Now, recall that purple bubble returns silver brick into navy blue brick. And gray bubble is like the converse of purple bubble.
好，这边出现了一个跟刚刚紫色的那个无脸史莱姆相对的一个褐色的这个无脸史莱姆。它也可以变成对应颜色的泡泡，然后这个泡泡反过来是把这个蓝砖变成这个银砖。
And this gives us a way to prevent navy blue bricks from destruction of laser.
这是灰色吗？好吧，那我可能这个颜色识别的不太对。
Now, here comes a question. What will happen if a pink face is hit by a laser from another pink face? And the answer is
好，这边是粉色的第2个机制，就是粉色可以粉色的那个激光炮如果轰到了另外一个粉色的带脸史莱姆，那么这个带脸史莱姆会发怒，发射一个5格宽的超大那个激光炮，然后 它变成尸体状态后会变成红色的无脸史莱姆。
So to summarize 2 points, the first point is red face emits 5 blocks wide laser, while pink face only emits almost 3 blocks wide laser. And the second point is note that after a pink face is exposed to laser, there's a small time gap before it turns into a red face and emits another laser. So we'll make use of this time gap later. Okay, here. Be careful, don't let the lasers.
这边射击第2排的时候注意一下啊，千万不能把那个泡泡给射掉了，要不然就 GG 了这一个。
I mean, if you're fast enough, you are able to get onto here. Now, this time we have yellow gel. Sorry. When a yellow gel is shot, it turns into a movable, harmless yellow box, like what I am doing. And therefore, from now on,
好，这边出现了黄色的无连史莱姆，射击之后它会变成一个可移、可推的那种箱子，用来垫脚。
I mean, you can do it.
然后这面后半程是一个速度，得全程在一段时间内把所有的活干完。
Like this way. Okay. Now, this time we have pink gel. Pink gel is very dangerous because it will explode hugely when player is close to
好，这边出现了最强大岛里面也有的那个粉色的无连史莱姆。这个史莱姆的性质是 T 的不能靠近，范围是3×3的范围。如果靠近这个3×3范围的话，这个粉色的会直接爆炸。如果射击远程射击这个粉色史莱姆，那么 T 的会自爆啊，所以就是很无敌的一个。
So, for example, now I stand on here, there's some distance between me and this pink gel. Then, if I shoot it, you can see that not the player. Instead of the pink gel will explode. So, basically, we need to stay as far as possible from pink gels. And remember, don't shoot them. Well, this is not my first death because my first death.
这里是 impossible 模式没有存档，所以他用的是那个 F6进行的这个回档相当于。
The reason is I want to show that touching a green gel is dangerous. So now here we can do it. And we can do it very fast.
我这边说的最强大脑是这个一个游戏啊，是 I1 的一个游戏。
A simple but crucial fact: bullets can pass through spikes.
因为那个游戏解谜太难，所以俗称最强大脑。
Are indeed slimes, having a spike type. So they're all slimes too. Yeah, be careful.
这个绿色的刺史莱姆就没什么可说的了，就是普通的刺，子弹可以穿过。
Be destroyed by a laser. Come on. Okay. Yes, as you see, the spikes originally that is here, they are here, are destroyed by laser. So here we go. Eventually, signs are introduced in regular stages. So this cream-colored sign with a spike logo on it is a spike sign.
好，这边出现了一个非常重要的一个新机制，就是这个4按钮。这个4按钮碰了之后，所有的带脸史莱姆和无脸史莱姆都会变成对应的颜色的刺。
So for example, after I turn on this spike sign later, this green face and this green gel will transform into green spikes, and this white steel gel will transform into a white steel spike. And also, I can emphasize bullets can pass through spikes. Okay. Now here, be careful. Okay. And also remember to kill this
这边要先把路给开开，然后在变刺之后，通过这个原先粉色史莱姆挡路的那个。
sign is touched and turned on, we can't touch it again, right? Unless it is turned off and rebooted. Right? And how to turn off and reboot a sign? And we will know it very soon. Okay. Now this time we have a cream colored sign with a gel logo on it. Right? It is a gel sign, and touching it will transform all spice and faces into the gel forms.
好，这边反过来出现了一个这个无脸史莱姆的这个按钮，控了之后，所有的带脸史莱姆以及次史莱姆都会变成对应的无脸史莱姆，对应颜色的无脸史莱姆。
Now, recorded we can't kill a green face by shooting, but we can do so
刚刚那里直接
on
下
a green
FASF
gel.
可以过的，只要点得下。
And therefore we can break this white brick here by playing with the gel sign like this. Yes, changing the form of slimes while
这边需要利用一个时间差，首先射击一下子弹，然后反弹，然后在这个实现之前把那个史莱姆变成这个无脸史莱姆，把上面那个路开开。
No, I'm sorry. What am I doing? Okay. Let's do it again. .
出现了一个小失误。
Be careful. Okay. Now here, okay. Now this time we talk about multiple signs. Right. As you can see,
然后这边就是两个开关之间的互动。如果你按了这个次按钮之后，那么对应的那个无脸史莱姆的按钮就会被激活，然后次的那个按钮就会灭掉。
Will be turned off and rebooted, so that we'll be able to turn on it. And the case is the same for touching the gel sign. Okay. As you can see, after I turn on this gel sign, the spice sign I've turned on before is now turned off. So we can touch it again. We can turn it on again now.
这个女生是选手选手的声音。
Okay. And that means from now on, by touching gel size and spike size alternatively, we can switch slimes between gel forms and spike forms to and fro. Right. Well, not that. Right. Spike side and gel side they don't affect the bubble. Right. Bubbles are not affected by spike side or gel side. Okay.
这边那个补充解释一下， 就是这个次的按钮和这个史莱姆按钮不会影响到这个泡泡的状态。
So this cream-colored sign with a face logo on it is a face sign. Right, it's a face sign. Touching it will transform all spice and gels into the face forms.
这边是带脸的那个按钮，跟刚刚那些功能都是一样的，就是把所有的无脸史莱姆和次史莱姆对应的变成带脸的那个状态。
Careful. And here, let's go to left.
这边要控制上面的那个反弹史莱姆的这个位置，否则就GG了这边。
also note that bubbles are not affected by face size as well. Okay. Now we encounter a new slime, line face or
这
slime
个
drifter
脸按钮
official.
也不会影响到泡泡的状态。
Our gravity will be flipped.
这边出现了一个新的这个带脸史莱姆，这个绿色带脸史莱姆的功能是射击之后会使 key 的反重力，然后同时它会变成一个晕厥状态，再射击就没有作
That
用。
means we can shoot for flipping gravity only once per line face. Okay. So here, go to that, go to here. And be careful.
Yeah. 哦，吓我一跳，我以为
Now here is
真炸。
a small revision on spike side, gel side, and also face side. And also note that, oh no, I missed the cycle. Instead of showing me the OBS is wrong. What happened? And my OBS doesn't have any problem. It shows that I'm still about 1.6. My OBS still 1.4 kp per second. What happened?
啊，有弹幕说是 B 站炸了。
I think this is the problem on Ghost Sand. Oh. It's problem of
肖
deleting
战
sites.
切
Oh.
到了 SF 账号切断大会直播还行。
All streams disconnected. And what should I do?
“我看一下别的直播间啊。 哎，还真是，我进散人直播间也是断的。哦，哇，这波 B 站背锅呀！是啊。 要不试试这个直播间重开？啊，那行吧。
好了，好了，下一个好了。这样好了，还是那个时间计时器。
Is it okay now? Let's see. Okay, finally. I think finally we are back. Okay, we are back now. And timer program
终于回来了，我的天！
Where's the timer? And just let Ghost fix it. Right. Just let Ghost fix it. Right. So, alright. Let's come back to continue the run. Right. Right. Now, as I've mentioned before, here is a small revision on spike size, gel size, and face size. Okay.
OK， 我继续解说啊。上一关是那个绿色带连史莱姆是反向的一个机制，然后这一关的话就是3个按钮的互动。简单来说就是你激活了一个按钮之后，控了一个按钮之后，剩下的2个灭掉的按钮就会被激活，然后它本身会被那个取消，就是取消激活。
So, let's do it. Okay.
学长那个直播的那个分区不对。
Yeah, be careful.
分区好像改完了，改完了。
Now, Ghost Face, also as Ghost Spike, they have the same property as Ghost Gel. So basically, all slimes in Ghost type block our way.
这边再次回顾了一下那个幽灵史莱姆的作用，有一个是可以
And also, in fact, this level tells us another important fact secretly. Because if we transform a confused lime gel to spike
用这个
or face form,
这几个按钮切换的话，可以使一个史莱姆，如果它无脸的状态下是移动的，那么就可以控制这个史莱姆的位置。
To a normal lime gel. And that means by playing with size, we can flip our gravity for multiple times. Right? And so, let's do it. Okay. And I mean the
然后这个绿色的那个带脸史莱姆反向，因为射击一次之后就那个无法再次激活，但是如果我们可以依靠把它变成无脸，再变成有脸的之后，刷新它的那个反向的次数。
Whatever. Okay. I mean maybe someone will do a 100% run sometime later. I don't know. And I think that a 100% run can be easily sub 2. Right? Can be easily sub 2. Right. But no one has done it before yet. Right. Now here, I hope all of you still remember what a raspberry face does.
不是，
As well as the skill that
这里是
by
赛德莎
moving
的
to
解说
different
学长在忙。
position, we can change the direction that your face is looking at like this.
然后这边的话是介绍了一下这个，就皇冠史莱姆无脸状态，其实就是个普通的史莱姆，一血可以被打死。
Okay. Okay. Be careful. Okay, wow, very scary. And then here, remember not to get close to the paint gel. And this time we have white gel. And in fact, white gel has a fantastic property. And we will know
这边是出现了那个，就是爷爷史莱姆的那个无色状态，啊，就无脸状态，就是无色史莱姆。这个无色史莱姆是个无敌的存在，射不死，然后不能碰。
Okay. Oh, no, 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 no. No. I've jumped too early. That's
这
not
边这一跳有点恶心。
do it again. I mean in the previous version, okay, or I should say in the beta version of this game. Okay, in the beta version in this game, you can push the yellow box here, like push here, because in beta version this block doesn't exist, so you can directly jump up to here, inflict the gravity in here to here. But since the block exists here in the current version, or I should say the versions in the versions after Necro released, so we can't do that skip anymore.
啊，对，这个游戏里面会玩一个小技巧吧，就是一个绿色的带脸史莱姆把 P 的反向只会影响 P 的本身，不会影响箱子的那个重力。这样的话就可以在依靠这个箱子来垫脚，然后反向上去一些更高的地方。
Excuse me. What?
啊，这一跳又失误了，这一跳是挺恶心
的。The waiting ruined my skills. Do it again. Wait. That's good. Okay. Please. Come on, come on, come on. No chocolate, please. Okay. Finally. And please. Let's wait for cycle
啊，
again.
这边就要用刚刚那个机制把这个箱子推到这儿，这样就可以用这个箱子垫脚反向上到这边。
Now here you can skip the day jump, it's not worth to do so. Now, but before I talk about level 60,
这边说了一下，这个刚刚那个氪金可以不跳，把这个史莱姆变成把它变成史莱姆打掉就行。然后这一关出现了一个非常复杂的新机制，就是这个之前说的那个粉色的那个带连史莱姆被打，它那个发怒之后会变成如下几种状态。第一个是刚被打的时候，它会闭眼。然后是发射激光炮的那一瞬间，还有被发射激光炮结束之后那个变成尸体的状态，以及被激光炮打到的那些状态。然后在这些状态下，如果变成无连史莱姆，会变成不一样的那个颜色的无连史莱姆。
Which is called Hiker Right officially. It also shoots bullets to the right, just like what Kaki Face does. But the difference is the bullet Kaki Hiker shoots is a neutral bullet.
这第三个隐藏会出现各种稀奇古怪的这个带眼的史莱姆，带连史莱姆，这个以后也会出现。然后这一关的机制的话，就是一个一个试。比如说这个3眼的这个史莱姆会射出去一个小型。
Neutral bullet can even destroy navy bullets like this. And this line hiker will reverse the left-right movement of player when shot, and therefore we can make use of it to pass through here, because when I press left key, black face will move left, but I will move right instead of my left-right movement.
这个3眼的这个绿色史莱姆是让这个 key 的左右反。
Line hiker. Ah, dangerous. Okay. I just come down. Okay. Now.
然后这个3眼的这个黑色史莱姆非常牛逼，如果你穿过与它竖就是 X 轴相同的位置，就是竖向一致的这个位置，那么这个黑色的史莱姆就会一直与 key 的保持这个竖向一致的这个位置。
Go under it, it chases me horizontally, but luckily its speed is not very fast, so we can get rid of it by doing this. Okay.
这里呢，要用右下角一个看起来和蔼可亲的那个彩色的那个史莱姆，那个史莱姆实际上是个传送。对，利用这个传送瞬移到右边去，那个脱开那个3眼的黑色史莱姆的一个位置。
But if gel sight is turned on when the pink face is shot or is emitting laser or it has emitted laser already, that pink face will become a white gel instead. Moreover, if gel sight is turned on when the pink face is exposed to a laser or becomes angry, that pink face will become a pink gel. Finally,
这边再简单说一下吧，实际上就是如果你用子弹射击那个粉色史莱姆，那么无论是什么状态，碰到这个无连史莱姆，它都会变成无色的史莱姆。如果是被激光炮激活发怒，那么在没有射出激光炮之前的状态，那么它会被变成这个粉色的史莱姆。如果射出去之后，那么它就会变成那个红色的那个炸弹史莱姆。
So here, I will turn on the gel sight when the pink face is still angry, not yet become a red face, and therefore it would become a pink gel instead of a red gel. so that I
对，
can
这边就不能
change
让
it
左
into
边的
a
那个
quick
史莱姆
face and let
射
her
出去，
shoot
因为这样的话
laser
右边的那个皇冠史莱姆就会被射掉，这样你就永远过不了。
Okay. Now, but before we continuing on level 61, let's do another secret. We can enter the room
这边出
where
现一
the
个这个
secret
60
key
层
is
以后
located
非常
at
重要的一个
5
机制，染色。
and clicking this word
就是无色的这个史莱
That's
姆是
because
可
we
以
are
被
looking for
染色的。
secret keys. Amazing design, right?
哦，这里
This
这里
green
这
slime
个
with
先
set
进了一
eyes
下
is
这个
called
tree。
top wick slime. Its type is wick, but not face, so I call it a green wick. The difference between green wick and green face is green wick only has 1 HP, while
这
green
边
face
出
has
现了一
infinite
个
HP.
这个
Then it's a green
睁了一半
wick
眼
that
睛的那
shoots
个
once
就
only.
疲劳的
And
睁
this
眼史莱
slime
姆，
is
那个的话
with a moon
就是射
logo
一次
is
之后
called
它就
a
会
slip slime. Touching it on
就
will
失效，
cause all
就只能
faces
板在
and
一
wings
次。
fall asleep like this. But gels will not be affected. While slimes falling asleep like this, they won't react when they're shot. So we need to do things with
然后
these
下面那个
faces
月亮
and
的那个按钮碰
on the
了之后，
screen
所有
on the
的
level
这个戴
before
眼镜史莱
turning
姆都会
them
睡觉。
asleep. Okay, so let's do it. And as you see that, our sleeping pink face won't react
然后上面的那两个按钮的
if it
话
is，shot.
第一，左边那个黑色的那个史莱姆按钮我忘了是干啥了，右边那个是使那个黄色的史莱
And
姆
you
变
will
香。
know what these signs I just touched are later, okay? So this secret is E.
哦，对，左边那个史莱姆是使黑色史莱姆变成那个无脸的那个
Oops,
炸
now
弹
we
状
enter
态。
a scary
对的，
room.
我想起来了。
Now, for this door is locked. Pressing upper arrow key will produce
然后
this
这边
sign.
就到了一个隐藏关，然后这里实
And
际上
the
是有一
picture
个
bottom
解
left
谜的
here。is the first picture shows up at the ending of Iron Gates at the horizon. Though the protagonist of that game is Kid but not Knots. Okay. While shooting or clicking this monster energy drink will make it explode like this. Wait, the game over screen changes. The word game over is now replaced by these creatures. Moreover, after I press F2, you can see that the title screen also changes.
这边说了一下，这右下角、左下角的这个门是跟 True Ending 有关的一个东西，这个之后会有展示。然后在这一面的话，死亡界面还有回到的标题界面以及 Save 界面，所有的文字都会变成史莱姆文字。
Doesn't bring me to the original portal room, and the only room I can enter is still here. Now, if we touch this bookshelf on the left, you can see that this box appears on screen. Now, recorded the word post is replaced by exactly
左边中间的话，这个相当于就是用史莱姆文字写的一段这个提示，对，提示你如何脱出这一面。
This snail-like creature corresponding to S in SlimePark is identical to the one corresponding to S in
然后这一面的话，作者的本意是让你借助这刚刚的那些信息，就暂停界面、死亡界面、标题界面的那些文字，与原先的文字进行对应，解码这个史莱姆文字的这个每一个图案与这个英文字母的对照表，然后来解读刚刚左中的那一段史莱姆文字。
In fact, this piece of text tells us the method to exit this room. You can decode it by yourself. It's not that hard. But let me read it out quickly here. Right? If you want to get out of here, type 7. There are 2 ways to reset the input here. Press the arrow key, click 7. So now all of you know who this slime is. Okay. She is 7. And she is also introduced in the README PDF attached to the game. And only the introduction of her in the PDF is written by these creatures instead of Japanese or English.
好，这边拖出的那个密码实际上就是右上角这个黑色史莱姆的名字，我忘记了，反正4个字母啊。 然后游戏自带一个 PDF 的说明文件，里面有对这个史莱姆的这个自我介绍，然后也是用这个史莱姆文字写的。
But now, at this moment, just continue. Now, here comes a gimmick inherits from our runner, gaze at the horizon. 4. Stage 4. Painting. And these things are painting bullets. For example, this is a green painting bullet and this is a black painting bullet. So once I pick up painting bullets using these green painting bullets an example, then now I'm equipped.
好，这边就正式开始介绍这个染色机制。染色的话是可以使只有无色的无脸史莱姆可以被染色。染色之后，它就可以变成对应颜色的史莱姆，以及就拥有那个对应史莱姆的功能。
White, white, or gel in other colors. The restriction is tight.
然后带脸史莱姆、四史莱姆以及其他的颜色的无脸史莱姆均不能被染色。然后染色的那个子弹碰到 T 的是不会把 T 的弄死的。就从这关开始，这个关卡复杂度直接大幅度上涨，就难度一下子上升不少。
Please.
一面一教学几乎每面都有。
No, I missed the cycle. I missed the cycle, so let's do it again. I'm sorry.
到90多可能都有这个教学。
Stay calm. Excuse me? What? Yeah. Wait me for a moment. Sorry.
刚刚没射到那个史莱姆失误。这个游戏后面解谜难度特别大，然后最终那个 BOSS 也很难。
Okay, I just get a cup of water to drink. Alright. For countdown. Countdown. Okay.
能不能翻车不好说，看他后面会不会有大失误。其实说实话，如果这个小姐姐不解说，专心跑速通的话，肯定不会翻的这3个半小时。
Okay. Be careful. just
哦，对，顺便一说啊，就是这个染色的这个子弹是，如果你拿着一个染色的子弹没有射出去，然后直接拿另外一个染色的子弹，那么会被这个子弹覆盖，就你之前那个拿的那个子弹就被浪费掉了，相当于。
So for example, now you can see that it redirects a red pink bullet.
然后这边介绍了一下，就是这个染色的这个子弹是可以用这个反弹史莱姆反弹。
How about other slimes that can also redirect or refract bullets? And the answer is yes. And we will see it later. Come on. Okay. I just want to say that here you need to be very careful and then
谁让你这是公然？哎，
please.
哇，怎么死这儿了？
Come on.
哇，这时间拖大了，这个。
So as you can see, the difficulty of both platforming and also puzzle increases, right? Well, it will become more and more harder and harder afterwards too. Come on. No, I think it's not okay. So I can have to do it again. Okay, this is good now. And be very careful of this jump.
这边是要把下面那个无色史莱姆控制在这个位置啊，一定是这个位置。之后要把它变成带脸史莱姆反弹啊。
Now we wait for the lime gel.
然后现在要等那个上面那个绿色史莱姆到对应的竖排的那个位置，然后变脸。这是为了到左下角那个反重力。
It's not good though.
这个位置不行吧？
The position is not good. Okay, I think it's good now. Okay, good.
我之后再说吧，我是打到70级层吧。
Now here we have yellow steel faces.
啊，这把过了。
And record that steel gels can refract bullets.
好，这边出现了这个金属带，就是金色的那个史莱姆带影子，跟那个就是一个无敌的一个史莱姆，射击子弹不会反弹。然后这一关需要依靠这个移动的这个金色史莱姆反弹子弹，把这个子弹运到
In this game, there are many
远
screens
处。
requiring techniques of refracting and redirecting bullets. This is one of the skills. So it's necessary to learn this kind of techniques over the game.
是，这是有人在翻译。但不是同传啊，是那个是 基于自己对游戏的理解啊。
啊，对对对，
Okay.
我英语没那么好，没法听译。这边现在在搓那个史莱姆的位置。
Okay. Okay, good. And here we can wait for another cycle. Okay. Okay. Now, we already know what the function of laser before. But how about light bulbs?
好，这边又出现了一个新机制，就是之前的3种激光炮史莱姆发射的那个激光炮，可以消除这个金属史莱姆的金属表层，使它变成对应的无色史莱姆，无连史莱姆。
I mean, it becomes a white gel after exposure of light bulbs. And this is the only way that we can transform still faces into the gel form. So continue. No. Very scary. And we can wait here. And here, no choke. Okay, good. And before I'm moving on to talk about
好，这边是介绍了一下这个粉色史莱姆的这个，或者说任意史莱姆的这个染色的方向性。就是这个史莱姆有一个方向，就是朝左还是朝右，然后这个是看这个史莱姆表层上面有一个白色的那个斑点。
We can enter secret floor by touching the top left corner here. And here we introduce white painting bullet. White painting bullet can paint gels or bubbles in other colors white, like this. And that's why
这个隐藏里面出现了一个新的染色剂，是把所有的这个有色的无连史莱姆染成这个对应的无色史莱姆。
So for example, if I want to get rid of this paint gel, I first paint it white, then I paint it black. So that I can
对，是那个史莱姆表层的反光。
And later I will paint this white bubble.
Naloa 是打最终那个 boss，
and let the explosion
就是相当于是个接力四通。
Well, by the way, you can do a skip here by locating the aqua bubble on right hand side here for getting this black paint bullet from below. But since this skip is fixed in the latest version, so I'd rather not do this skip here. Please. Okay. Dangerous. Okay, let it go. Good.
哦，对，那个白色的那个无色的那个泡泡也是可以被
And
染
now
色的。
we come back to level 65. Right. Now this time we answer a question. Which orientation will it be when a pink gel is transformed to a pink face? And the answer is it depends on the position of the gloss of pink gel. So for example, if the gloss is on left hand side here, the pink face will look right. While if the gloss is on right hand side here, that pink face will look left.
这边又解释了一下这个朝向问题，就是主要看这个无色史莱姆的那个反光的那个白斑的位置，白斑的位置就是相当于就是那个史莱姆的屁股所在的位置啊。
And be careful, don't be very close to pink gels, right? Because it's dangerous. Okay.
这一关很麻烦，就是首先得用这个黑色史莱姆把这个所有的蓝砖给炸掉。好，然后用之前介绍过的机制设一下那个粉色的带脸史莱姆，然后再把它变成无色史莱姆，然后再染色，不是再染色，再把它变脸，然后变脸之后，由于它会变成爷爷史莱姆，就可以依靠 Kid 的那个移动把它就是位置进行改变。
Now here comes the chain reaction.
然后这边做成了一个连环套形式，等我看一下就知道了。
And this time we have steel gels in more colors. Okay.
这
And
边
as you can see,
是
that some
出现
steel
了
gels
所有
will
颜色
move
的那
well,
个
some will
史莱
not.
姆，其实都有对应的一个金属史莱姆。
Will reflect
这个金属
to
史莱姆的性质
So
跟
be
那个
careful.
之前的那个银色史莱姆、银色的金属史莱姆是一样的。
Okay. Good. Now wait for my cycle.
啊，速度不一样是对，跟颜色是有关的。
Good. And since white steel faces will turn into white gels if their underexposure of light bulbs is natural defendant, perhaps steel faces in other colors will also turn into their corresponding gel forms under the same circumstance. And this thought is correct.
之前介绍过的激光可以消除这个史莱姆的金属表层。 那如果是有色的金属史莱姆消除表层之后，就会变成对应颜色的那个无点史莱姆。你可以理解成是激光除锈，不过只能除那个带脸金属史莱姆的那个表层的锈。
Dangerous. And wait for the cycle. Because I need the lime gel to be on the left when I turn on the face side. Okay. Good. And we can stand here. Okay. Now this time there is a new kind of side. It's called shoot side. Turning it on will transform all non-steel gels, spice, and faces into their steel forms. And therefore, I'd rather call it a still side instead. Right. Good. And by the way, the method that now I'm doing to create this level is not the standard solution. Right. Well, it is much faster than the standard solution provided in Necro's video.
这个选手采用了一个非官方解，会比官方解要快。
Yellow steel gel. Well, another effect of stealing side is turning it on will remove all slimes that have a good side. They disappear after turning on a stealing side. But because when we turn on a stealing side, it also steals all other non-steel gels, spice, and faces at the same time. So we'd like to turn it on at the very end. Right. Okay. And by the way, the time estimation for my cuts is 3 hours, I think. It's 3 hours. So.
小姐姐自己跑的部分预计时间是3个小时，然后剩下半个小时给 Naloa。
And here remember to push that yellow box to left. I keep pressing the left key when you push that box. Okay.
说实话，我打到这一关的时候，我都已经彻底忘记了那个橙色史莱姆、无色的史莱姆打掉是会变砖的。这个机制，说实话，真的教的太早，然后打到这里完全不记得了。
And this time we have Rainbow Face, or Rainbow Smile officially. Its property is it will teleport the player to the location wherever it is shot by a bullet.
隐藏里面出现过的。
Okay.
这个史莱姆叫传送史莱姆，射击它之后会传送到它的头上。
That originally inaccessible. And we can use 2 rainbow faces to do this trick that I have just shown.
这边是要利用一个时间差，挺恶心的。然后这边利用之前那个子弹反弹的方法染色。
No. Please, come on. No. Come on.
哇，这里失误大了，不小心射到那个粉色史莱姆。
Come on. And I will tell you the reason why I accidentally died at there. I will tell you the reason why. Person, right? Okay. And the reason is here because if I go down to here, you can see that yellow face will look at the pink gel. Then if it is shot by a bullet, I will die. So I need
这边选手在解释刚刚为什么射到了这个粉色史莱姆，主要原因在于刚刚的 Kid 的位置没控制好，使得那个黄色史莱姆的那个眼睛朝下了。
Then if I do that yellow face would immediately look at the left instead of looking at the bottom, so that I can afford to death. Okay. Now rainbow gel acts like the white face. It moves in the opposite direction when we press left and right keys. But it is safe to touch
这边就是那个传送史莱姆的无脸状态。
Use of rainbow gel and rainbow face, we can teleport to different places. Okay. Like this.
这个选手叫彩虹史莱姆，这个彩虹史莱姆在无脸状态下跟那个爷爷史莱姆是一样的。Kid 往右移动，它就往左；反过来 ，Kid 往左，它就往右。
Now I move the rainbow gel back to the right, so that I can teleport to there. And now I will teleport. I will move the rainbow gel to the left again so that I can teleport to there. And now I'm waiting for the
这关就是一直倒腾那个彩虹史莱姆的位置，然后就是在无脸和那个带脸状态下进行切换，很麻烦。
And here, be careful. Okay.
然后这边这个箱子的作用是挡住那个下面那个带脸红色史莱姆发出那个泡泡啊。
And I wait for the yellow gel to get into the middle. Okay, right here, be careful.
现在他在等那个黄色史莱姆的位置他要把那个他变成箱子之后再推下去挡住另外一个红色史莱姆。
And I push the boss by its top, but not just directly. push it at bottom because I want to avoid touching the
然
toxic
后把这边
bubbles.
这个绿色史莱姆打完之后，再原路返回。
And here comes my favorite keeper gimmick. For those who didn't know keeper before, to say briefly,
好，这边出现了 K Pick， 就是捡钥匙的那个游戏的机制，就是拿钥匙开门。
For example, I pick this green key. Now, so now I have one green key as shown on the bottom here. Then I can open this green lock that has one keyhole. And after that, I use a one
哇，
green key.
小姐姐解说的
So
好
it's
细
easy
啊
to！understand. Come on, okay. Please. Ah, come on. Please. Come on.
学习学习，哎，夺子秋
I
山
have
了。
so many unnecessary mistakes here. Please.
世界上最难的刺是哪个？秋山呀
Come！on. The
钥
time
匙
is
开门想
enough
和我打，
because
有你的。说到塔，
okay, because the time estimation for my task is 3 hours, and it should be enough. It should be okay.
小姐姐说这个时间是 super OK 啊，就是非常非常稳的，3个小时太多了，所以可以翻2次无所谓。
Yeah, okay. But now, keys and slimes are combined together. As we know that slimes may absorb keys. And if a
好
slime，
这
contains
边
a
出
key,
现了这
the
个
key will
钥
be in
匙
the
史
same
莱
color
姆
of the slime.
啊，就是史莱姆上面带一把钥匙，射击之后它就会变成无脸状态，它就会变成那个钥匙。
So using this slime as an example, it is a green gel but it contains a key. So it is called a green key gel.
我
And after
是真
switching,
的不想
it has
让，
1 HP because a normal green gel has 1 HP.
因为你们翻车
You
头
can see
疼
that
的
the
是我，
green
不是
key
你们。
inside it is dropped.
而且
And
今天
shoot
翻一翻
slimes
都
to
还
obtain droppings sounds like an RPG. Well, a key can be clearly seen if it is a key gel or a key spike, while a key face is indicated by its shining. So, for example, this green face is shiny. That means, in fact, it is
啊，
a
那我
green
继续
key
解
face,
说啊，
and
就
it
是
contains
如
a
果这
green
个带
key.
钥匙史莱姆无脸状态啊，变成刺状态的话，那么它就会变成一个刺上面带把钥匙。如果变成有脸状态的话，那么它就是带脸的那个一个闪光的状态，
In
会闪
order to
光。
open this green lock in front of the rock. Okay, so let's do this.
啊，只要死了就出钥匙。对对对对对。
Okay. And now I'm going to do a skip, which is found by Gaming Nick. And this skip works like this. And this skip is super fast and cool.
这边要用一
And
个
it
gimmick，
uses the
不
property
skip，
of
讲错了。
green gel like this. Okay. Okay. So it is so cool and so fast. And also be careful of those red gel on the ground. Okay, good. And now we have red keys slimes. And be careful that red key gels, they will explode when they're shot by a bullet. Just like the normal red gel does. Okay, and here.
这边出现了红色带钥匙史莱姆，它在被射击的时候还是会爆炸的，3.3范围。
Come on. I made so many unnecessary mistakes. Please. Come on, okay. And remember, be careful not to get close to pink gel. Pink gels are very dangerous. Okay.
这边要等那个黄色史莱姆到最左边。
And here we wait for the yellow gel to come back.
Okay. 这边要再等那个黄色史莱姆回到最左边还要利用它那个射击左下角的那个绿色史莱姆。
Okay, no choke. Good.
这里要看准时机。
And this time I go here. No, I did wrong. Do it again. Okay, here.
这边要利用这个绿色染色把右下角染成绿色，然后反向，要不然回不去。
Okay, and recorded laser can kill some slimes, and after the slimes are killed, the keys will be left, and therefore we can use
这
laser to
边
get
提到了这
the
个
yellow key
激光
inside
炮
yellow boxes.
轰掉这个钥匙史莱姆带钥匙的任何状态，
Also, this
都
is
会
the
变成
only
对
way
应的
that we
钥匙。
can get a key inside box. Alright. So, let's do this. And here should be careful.
粉切黑呀，我觉得没问题啊。
And also remember to push this yellow box down, otherwise the laser can't get rid of it. No? Please? Okay, good. code that we can paint white gels. And therefore from now on, we can paint them with different colors in order to get keys in different colors.
这关就是把那个染色机制与这个钥匙史莱姆结合在一块了。
And also here, okay. And here I also wait for the cycle. Wait for the cycle, okay. Okay. Good.
这边是个实际活，那个箱子如果不垫在那的话，是来不及赶到左下角的。
Good. Very good. Oh, in fact, by the way, at the time that the line bubble flows upwards to here to melt the white steel gel here, and there is in fact enough time for you to come from here, following these routes, and then down to here. But you need to be very fast in order to do so, and therefore I do this level in this way instead. Okay. And here we introduce a slightly modified representation of key and lock. So the number of keys I obtain by picking a key is represented by the number written on it. So for example, this green key has a number 2 written on it. So after I pick it, I obtain 2 green keys, as shown here. While the number of keys required to open a lock is equal to the
这一
number
关
of
出现了
keys
多孔
drawn
门
on it.
这个
So
在
for
那个
example,
key
this
pick 里
green
面
lock
是有
has 2 keys
那个门上有几个
and
孔，
I
就
need
需
2
要
green
几把
keys
钥匙
to open it.
来开这个很
So
简单的一个机
similarly,
制。
this lock below requires 6 green keys. And this screen you have
这
to
关是
fast
全程一个实际活全程得跑步。
while following a path. Okay, this is one of the paths that you can do. And here, you have to be very fast. Good. Well, however, the case is slightly different
Okay,
for
一命
rock with no
这
kills
面还
drawn
挺
on
容易
it.
死的。
The requirement for
这边
opening
出现
it
了
is
无孔门，
having
无孔门
exactly
是必须得在你身上只有0把钥匙的时候才能开。如果你身上有钥匙，那么你开不开这个无孔？
no green key. But now I have 1 green key, so I can't open this lock. I can open it if and only if I have exactly no green key at all. And officially this kind of lock is called a passage latch. But I personally would call it an empty lock instead. And for those people, if you want to know more about keypick, you can refer to my keypick run in Fangame Marathon.
别急啊，到90多层还在教呢。小姐姐提到了她跑过那个 key pick。
Okay, but not only locks require keys, even slimes
一共
could
100
require
层，不过
keys.
后面还要打
You can see that
BS。
the eyes of this slime are keyholes instead of eyeballs like this. So this slime is not a green face. It is called a green
这边
slug.
这个是
Slug is
门
spelled
门史莱姆，
SLOCK.
对，或者说带孔史莱姆，这个需要用钥匙来
And the
开
green
的这个
slug
史莱
is
姆。
identical to two green locks as it has two keyholes, except the fact that player can't touch it unless having two or more green keys. Otherwise, player will die. Okay. But as you can see, it's just a slightly modified version of keypack. So it's not that hard if you have already familiarized
这一面
with keypack.
的机制其实完完全全就跟那个 Keepik 一样了啊，跟那个史莱姆本身的关系就不是特别大。
Okay, and here, be careful because red key gel will explode when it's shot.
翻译啊，我不是翻译，我是解说，因为没法，我英语不是很好，没法听译。然后我是赛德莎。
Come on. And also be careful of this pink gel. And also remember, don't shoot carelessly. Okay.
这边是利用上面那个传送回去的，要不然回不去。
Okay. Now, a key sign. Right. Will transform all gels, spikes, and traces into their slug
啊，
form.
这面就很复杂
And
了
we've。seen this sign before
首
in
先
Secret 2.
注意，在把所有这个碰了这个钥匙按钮之后，所有的史莱姆全变成带孔史莱姆。
puzzle, we can kill 4 gels here. Okay, these 4 gels. And it is
然后你要
to
在
kill
把
these 4
它
gels,
变成带孔
otherwise
史
you
莱姆
can't
之前
solve this
射掉一些
puzzle.
能射的啊，要不然这关你永远过不去。
Let's do it.
"对，作者跟 Keepik 是一个作者。这边再补充说一下那个无孔门的机制啊，无孔门必须得在你身上持有那个颜色的钥匙，没有持有那个颜色的钥匙的情况下才能开。
Okay, we are very close to the end of this screen.
这个选的难度的确是 impossible， 但是由于版本是 1.03 及以前的这个老版本，是可以用 F6 进入选关界面，然后再回到这一关。
Good. Now from now on, there are signs having colors different from cream. So for signs that are creamy in color, using gel sign as an example.
好，这个是
transform all
按钮上带颜色了，这个按钮上带颜色。如果碰了对应颜色的这个无脸史莱姆按钮，那么就是对应那个颜色的所有的状态的史莱姆全部变成无脸了。
And green faces will be transformed into green gels. And this green steel spike will be transformed into green steel gel, like this. Okay. But you can see that the slimes in other colors are not affected. Okay. This. Okay. Okay. And the mechanism is same for spike side. No. What am I doing?
好，这边出现了另外一个带颜色的次按钮，跟刚刚的机制是一样的，就是把对应颜色的，刚刚失误了。
Okay. Here, please.
哇，这是学长上线了吗？
Okay, good. And now it's time for revision. Right. Because once a spike side is turned on, the already turned on gel sides in the same room will be turned off and rebooted, so that we'll be able to turn them on again.
这一关就出现了，同时出现了这个带颜色的史莱姆按钮以及次按钮，只有同颜色的这个按钮之间会有这个激活的这个波动。
And also this screen you need to be very careful on the platforming. Especially this jump. Okay. This. Okay.
这关就是千万注意，那个把粉色史莱姆变成那个就粉色的那个变成史莱姆的状态下，千万不要靠近。
Please. I do so because I need to do the 6th secret. Right. Here is secret 6. And here comes logs and slots consuming negative unknown keys. White keys instead of black ones indicates that negative 1 key instead of positive 1 key is required per keyhole. So for example, this slot requires negative 2 keys.
简单解释一下，这个反色门是需要。
And therefore, we need to deal with positive
副钥匙开的
numbers as well as negative numbers in key factor puzzle. And while this puzzle is easier
就比如说这个4孔的这个
than the one in level
4孔的这个反色门需要负4把钥匙才开。
Because there is fewer colors and fewer locks here. Or you can say fewer slots. And also fewer, yes, no. Yes, as you can see, it's not that hard. For this figure compared to level 80.
这个如果你精通那个 key pick 的话，这关其实不难。
Want to do a paint scheme. And by the way, if you shoot here, you won't hit the paint gel. Right. I want to do a paint scheme. See if I can do it. Okay, good. Very good. Now I hope all of you still remember the function of print size.
然后这边出现了那个带颜色的变脸那个按钮，跟之前的机制是一样的，就是把同颜就对应颜色的所有状态的史莱姆变成带脸。
And the order of opening locks is important here. And this you need to be very careful. Okay.
这边拿钥匙的主要方法都是用那个右边的激光，粉色的那个激光套来打掉，以及染色。哎，这边好像不小心操作失误，应该是背板失误。
Feels bad, man. Please. Come on. Please. What? Be concentrated. Must be concentrated. Come on. As I have said, that pink gel. I mean pink face.
哦，死那个，这个叫氪金史莱姆，不对，秋山史莱姆，讲错了。
Come on. I must say that is the hardest part. Hardest part in this level. Come on, please. Why did I jump so high? Excuse me. Please. Okay.
哦，好几次都在翻在这儿了。选手应该是去喝水了，去冷静一下。下一个游戏是 I Wanna Classic， 一个非常牛逼的综合大作，然后要跑的是一个长流程到 True Ending 的一个跑。
please.
我怎么怀疑这个弹幕在带节奏？
Okay. Let's do it again. Okay. No talk. Don't shoot the wrong slimes. That is here.
啊，对了，刚刚射错了，应该射下面这个史莱姆，上面那个史莱姆应该是用右边的那个粉色史莱姆激光轰掉的。
And this, and then here, and finally. Okay. Good. Now here comes spike size, gel size, face size, and many colors. And if you have already forgotten the properties of slimes in different colors and different types, remember that you can always press F6 to return to the portal room, so that you can enter previous levels to do revision.
这一关其实就是把这个所有带颜色的那个按钮各种都来一个啊，非常花这。然后如果你忘记了其中一个史莱姆在无脸和带脸的这个性质，那么你可以用 F6回到之前的关卡进行复习。
Yeah, okay, not sure.
.这边有个顶3啊，不过肯定是不会走的这个进度。
Good. Okay, now we meet Stealing Side again. And it's been a long time since we saw them last. Well, I hope all of you still remember the function of Stealing Side, right?
.来提个问啊，这个无脸的绿色史莱姆，还有这个灰色史莱姆的作用分别是什么？还有一个紫色的。
Please. Okay.
.能吃还行。没有，那个明天有没有这个问题我都不知道，我瞎问的。
悄悄告诉你们，明天题目还没出完，所以你们多记记笔记啊，多记记笔记。
有2种紫色史莱姆，一个是右上角那个皇冠史莱姆的无脸状态，还有另外一种紫色史莱姆，已经很久没出现过。
And by the way, we've already seen a boss sign before in Secret Fight. And now you know how it works.
啊，这里在这个按钮在那个隐藏湖已经出现过啊，其实就是把所有黄色史莱姆变成箱子状态。 粉色无脸是 key 的靠近它3×3的范围之内，它会爆炸，以及远程射它会使得 key 的自爆。
I accidentally touched that green spike side, please. Why? Maybe I'm tired now. Okay, let's do it again, please. No choke.
这个1分52的选项有点牛逼啊！
Okay, please. And here, get the key, and then flip the gravity. Get the line painting tool, so that I can paint that white gel line, and then we go back to touch that line face side.
这边要看准那个绿色的史莱姆的位置啊，因为要2次反向。
Now the big face moving below, as you can see below, officially is called a humanoid slime, but I shall just call it a humanoid face. It has a name of humanoid because
这一关其实很简单，就是下面有一个史莱姆强制帮你这个碰按钮。
And you can see that the humanoid face below is moving with constant speed and follows a path, and which makes other slimes in this level change forms periodically. And hence what we need to do in this level is simply find a strategy with respect to time. Come on, what is this? Okay, no. Okay, good. And just wait here.
这边要等那个绿色的史莱姆下面那一排，绿色史莱姆赶快过来，要不然过不去。
Oh, please. Come on. Please.
哦，这边抢
That
时间死
part
了。
is. Come on. Please. Okay. 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 And here. Stay here for waiting. Then we can go down. Yeah, also just wait for some second, then here we are. Okay, finally.
首先我先说一下，我没玩过，我还没玩到这一关。然后这一关我感觉特别恶心的就是那个绿色的金属史莱姆，移动的太慢了。
Good. And also, by the way, we've already seen this bubble side before.
然后这边出现了一个新的按钮，就是这个变泡泡按钮啊，这很容易理解啊，不具体解释了。
And also, you can do a skip here by making the gray bubble only touching one navy blue brick instead of two. But because this skip is fixed in the latest version, so I shall not do the skip here. Instead, I will show,
这边使用了一个 skip。
Come on, okay. Now more signs are coming. This is a blast sign. It makes every slime with the same color feed explode, except for those having a steel type. So we can make use of this pink blast sign to eliminate these two pink spikes and this pink gel at the end. So that this is a gel sign in rainbow color, and this is a face in rainbow color, and this is a rainbow face. An important observation is, in order to prevent doing downward pinks here, we need 9 bubbles.
这边解释了一下啊，首先是上面那个新按钮的作用是引爆粉色的那个史莱姆，不管是什么状态。然后下面的那个彩虹无连史莱姆是把那个彩色的那个史莱姆变成无连关。
Unless they are not in the same phase. So therefore, I will do this.
下面的两个绿色的这个史莱姆是要用来消掉上面的那个金属史莱姆。
Come on. Okay. And therefore I do this because I push a yellow box to here in order to change the room for floating of one of these line bubbles, so that I can melt white steel gels in a different height like this.
这边是利用了这个黄色的这个箱子，使得这两个泡泡的这个高度差产生一个高度差。
Be careful, this. Why? It
这边
happens
跳刺
again.
千万别死！
Why?
哇，真死了！
I mean the tile set and the background is dark, so it's not easy to see where our protagonist is stand on. Please, okay, please.
这就很惨了。刚刚其实已经最后了，过去开个门就过了。
Hello, if it's okay. Okay. Never mind. Here. Never mind, just do it. Here. Please. Alright, do it again. Be careful.
这次看看会不会死。
Okay. Ah. Great.
OK 过。
What happened?
等等，这里是不是不小心碰到按钮了？
Please.
哎呀，我的天
What happened? Excuse me. What happened to this run? What happened to this run? Please. Okay. Careful, very careful. Okay, this time these 2 bullets are good. This 3 times. Why? Please. Come on. Okay. No.
刚刚应该是不小心掉下去，所以重来的。因
I
为
can
掉下
make
去之后
use
就
of
上
the
不来
gap
了。
here to let the rainbow gel ghost right. Finally. Yep, as I've told you, more signs are coming. Okay. And this is a startup sign. Touching it will activate all the other signs with
这
the
边
same
出现
color.
了一个
So that
新
we'll
机
be
制，
able to turn
就
them
是
on.
这个一个开关啊。这个开关呢，作用就是把所有灭掉的那些按钮全部激活啊，对应颜色的那个按钮全部激活。
Please.
嗯，对，说电源键更合适一些，更符合它的那个功能。
And remember, don't touch the pink gel side. Also be careful of the last drop. Okay. And this is an off sign.
这边不能碰到那个粉色的指南，要不然最后握不过去。
Except that it activates the startup sign. Okay. And by the way, the method that I am solving this
好，
puzzle
这边又出现了一个跟电源键反过来的一个按钮啊，就是把所有的那个除电源键以外的全部灭掉，然后再把那个电源键激活。
I'm now using is extremely fast. Extremely fast. Much faster than Necro's solution shown on his video. And by the way, there is a secret.
这样的话，电源键跟这个反向电源键一配合的话，就可以反复利用所有的按钮。
Not now. At the end. So here we go. Good. Yes, it's very fast. And now we have bosses in more colors. And
刚
luckily,
刚
all
射那么
bosses,
多下，
no
就是为
matter
了
what
有一
color
个
they
子
have,
弹
are
留在
movable
最
and
右边那
harmless.
个 窄口啊。然后这边会出现其他颜色的那个箱子啊，就不是黄箱子，但是功能跟那个黄箱子是一样的啊。
Please, okay. Good. Okay, and be careful, don't drop down to the loser pit on the bottom right. So, here we go. Come on, yes. And here comes the final new side, introduced in the regular stages of this game, the forward side.
好，这里就出现了那个之前控制按钮的那个史莱姆。
And it will transform humanoid spice into humanoid faces, and then humanoid faces will move forward directly. And therefore we're gonna touch this side at the end, otherwise the humanoid face here will move forward and touch all these blast sides and make everything explode, resulting in us not being able to climb up 6 blocks high here. Okay? So let's do it.
好，这边说了，就是这一关的最终目的地是要在右边垫3个箱子才能上去，因为高度，要不然高度不够。
Okay. Here, okay. Don't turn on the. Don't touch the pink side. Okay. And so here we go. Excuse me. That is.
哦，这里不小心被炸到了。
Set.
哎，不，反正是不小心死。我刚刚没看到是怎么死的。
Why? What? I mean, why would it happen? Why would it happen in this run?
啊，这个我是看懂了。这个一顿操作的最终结果是为了那个把，除了把右上角除了那个蓝色的那个史莱姆以外的所有史莱姆全部清
Fangame
空。
Summer Feast is cursed. Yes, Fangame Summer Feast is cursed. Please. Please. Oh, okay. Finally. Now, bubbles revisited. So bubbles share almost the same property of their gels form. For example, both green bubble and green gel have only 1 HP. But a bubble can't be transformed into spike, phase, steel, or
好，
other
这
forms
边
by
出现
touching
了这
sides.
个其他颜色
An
的这个史莱
exception
姆，
is
其
if
他
a
颜色的
glass
泡泡
side
史
is
莱姆，
touched,
它
it will
的这
explode.
个功
So
能
be
其实
careful.
跟它对应颜色的无色史莱姆是一样的。好，无脸史莱姆不是。顺便一说，我从80层及后面的我就没玩过了，所以我也在语音。
From here, and as you can see that green bubble is trapped by a red box, and this is a special property of the collision behavior of boxes in this game. So it happens, it will happen. Now, previously I've talked about it in Secret 5 already, but I shall mention it again. This green slime with set eyes is a green wick. The difference between
这个
green
在
and
隐
green
藏
face
五已
is
经
green
出
wick
现过
only
了，
has
就是
one
这个蒸了
HP,
一半的
while
这
green
个
face has infinite
反弹
HP.
史莱姆
That
只能
means a
使用
green
一
wick
次，
can
就
be
是反弹
shot
一次，之
and
后它就
can
会消失。
redirect bullets once only. Okay. Okay, for example, this green wick. Now, after I shoot it, it redirects the bullets and then it dies. So that's why its type is weak. Okay. Come on. Dangerous. Okay. Wait. Good. Please. Okay. Now, red bubbles, just like red gels, will explode when it is shot like this. And recall that
啊，
not
红
only
色的
bullets,
泡泡，跟那个红色史莱姆、无色史莱姆、无脸史莱姆一样，就是射击会3
and if you
乘3范围
forget,
爆炸。
please go back to level 45 or level 65 to revise. And therefore so as red bubbles too, like this.
一共100层，后面还有个 EX 好像也是个 BOSS。我说的好像是因为我也不知道。
And by the way, I will try to do a skip here. Please. Okay, good. This is a good skip.
EX 没有 BOSS 啊，那就是一个 BOSS， 打完之后过一下 EX 就结束了这个游戏。
Good. Now more bubbles are coming, and I think you can deal with it.
这一面出现了所有颜色的那个泡泡按钮啊。你这顶3走不了吧？卧铺前面那个被那个红色的粉红色的那个史莱姆挡住了。
Okay, I think it's still okay. Oh, it's okay. It's still okay. Okay. Okay.
初见啊，我不太清楚，我估摸着至少7、8个小时吧，至少。
The skill that we learned from level 90. That I move a yellow box to here in order to make both line bubbles can
那还
melt
是
the
这个
upper
聪明绝顶的情况，而且没看攻略啊，
can melt the
没看攻略，
upper
聪明绝
white
顶情况，7、
stages.
8小时差不多。
Yeah, be careful, please. Ah, well, but that is. Excuse me. Why? There is my first time died there. First time died there. Excuse me.
啊，
And that is
这
why
死的好惨。
I give myself
他说他第一次死在
an
这个地方，
estimation of
第一次大会
3
失血。
hours to do my parts. And normally I can do this parts in 2 hours. Within 2 hours without commenting.
哇，3个小时快到了。
Without commenting.
还剩加上这一面还剩2面，顺利的话
Well,
能
because there
能不翻。
is
按照他的预计时间不是3小时吗？
and many things will appear. It's okay, I think. Please. Okay, good.
已经
no
翻了，
trouble,
那看
no
来
trouble.
这个99面流程特别长。
Especially this song.
哦，还有个隐藏啊，
Well,
那
if
打
counting the time of waiting the stream to restart, if not counting that part of time, 3 hours is still enough.
这边还是利用那个黄箱子搓开那个绿泡泡的这个2个绿泡泡之间的高度差。
Okay, this time, please. Okay, no choke. Okay, now here is the last screen in regular stages before the boss, and it reminds us that white bubbles can be painted too. Can be painted, and this technique will be also be used in the boss later.
这个其实在隐藏之前的隐藏出现过了，就是无色的那个泡泡也能被染色。
Okay, come on. But thankfully, I think the boss is not that difficult for for Naloa. Okay. So I think we can do this run on time.
啊，他说这个 boss 对 Naloa 来说一点都不难。嗯。然后他说，虽然他这边可能比预计时间稍微晚了一点，但是那边绝对不会翻啊！我怎么感觉在自奶？
Nope, yeah. And also because he will run the game classic, the classic run of running classic after this game. So there is no need to do any more OBS setting afterwards. And I think that he will have enough time.
这怎么还在奶？他说下一个项目也很精彩，是 classic， 然后因为绝对不会翻，所以这个有很充足的时间来那个设置下一场的 OBS 的那个设置。
As well as black gel is 7x7 rocks with center on it. Okay, so here comes the boss. Not yet. You will see it soon. But before that, I need to do the last secret. Okay, the last secret. The last secret can be found here.
OK， 这边是92，还有个隐藏。
SlimePark. And originally there are two more saves in this room. One is on top of here, and one is on bottom right here. But since I'm playing in impossible mode, these saves are gone. Okay, so let's do it to see what time I need to use for clearing the last secret.
他说这一面跳次难度有点大，他要看一下这一面他需要花多长时间。
Okay, whatever. Let's do it. Right. And I think this is the hardest platforming in my parts because 3 saves becomes 1 save. Excuse me, why? I mean, that is not that hard. That should be not that hard, excuse me. No, please. What?
我觉得这个节奏不对呀。
What? 3 times. Why? 3 times.
哦，又死在同一个地方。
Please. Naloa is waiting me. Naloa is waiting me. I need to do it. Okay, if I can't do it in 10 minutes, I will just pass it for Naloa to do. Papa. Why? That is not that hard. Why? What happened to that?
不是的，这里用 Impossible 模式是为了进最后的那个 True Ending， 只有在 Impossible 模式通关才能进。
It shouldn't be that hard.
这边这个隐藏，我看着上下的这个移动速度好像比 Love Shop 原盘要慢，所以不是很难。
Okay, very good, very good.
我感觉
Okay,
能过
still
这把。
acceptable. It is
啊，过了
still
过了过了。
acceptable. So, okay. Now I have just finished level 1 to 99, and I have gone these seven secrets. Okay, 7 secrets I've got all here. So now I will pass the save to Naloa and let him do the boss and
这边
everything
说了，就是
afterwards.
他已经完成了第1关到第99关，以及7个隐藏。
So now everyone please be patient and wait. Right. Okay, finally.
好，现在要那个交棒，就是换那个南罗尔来打那个 BOSS。啊，对，因为南罗尔下一
And by the way,
下一个项目也是
title of
那
BGM.
个
Okay, you can see the
对，
title
也是
of
他的。
BGM in the README PDF attached to the game. Right. So if you download the game zip file, is it zip? I think it's yes. If you download the zip file of the game, then you can. When you unzip it, then you can see there is a README PDF, and you scroll down to the bottom, then you can see those title of the BGM.
“什么叫无缝切换啊？简单。”
学长是南罗尔行。
Okay, I thought AMA might be doing commentary, but apparently I'll be talking, so my apologies there. Hi, yeah, I'm going to be doing the boss and maybe some of the extra if we have time. I have not done commentary practice too much for this, but I'll try to explain how the boss
这个
works as
boss
best I
要
can.
来了。
So, this boss has a lot of phases, as you can see. One for every slime that is surrounding him in the middle there. And every single phase is somehow based on one of the gimmicks that we have seen during the puzzles in the game so far. So that was the red one, where the red things are coming around and will explode when you shoot them. This is one where you have to try to make sure that you shoot the white colors. Here's black, so you try to keep your distance to shoot the black.
我简单解释一下啊，
And
这个
once
boss
all the
俗
blocks
称
that you can
13比
shoot
6，
the thing through, you have to be very careful on this one.
然后有
Because
首先有
as we've seen
12 个
from
状
the
态
black，
每
is
个
a
状态
very,
的
very
招式
big
都不一样。
explosion. Difficult sometimes. Here you have to be careful to make sure that the bullets don't bounce off one of the eyes. There's a lot of stuff to talk about very, very quickly. Again, here, make sure you don't shoot the grey ones because your bullets will be reflected, like that. However, you can still hit the boss with it because we're shooting the slime in the middle. The phases in this are very, very fast-paced, but that's also partly because there's so many of them. This one's a little on the hard side, so I do have to be careful with this. Oh, come on, let me up. Because yes, if I shoot the gravity flipper here, then I won't be able to get up again. Okay, pink you have to be very careful because if you stay close to a pink, they will kill you. If you shoot a pink, they will kill you. So you have to pay close attention to everything. Good. Hey. And that happens sometimes. Unfortunate. Fair enough. I was hoping when I shot there I'd hit the slime first, but I guess the reflecting slimes came up before them.
好像又是第一次出现这种。
I was really hoping I'd hit the slime that would hurt the boss before that. Well, it gives me some more time to talk, so... Oh dear. That was a bit of a risky shot, but it worked out. So yeah, there's a lot of phases that you can pay attention to, and a lot of small things that can go very, very wrong very quickly. Here's the blue one's easy, this one's fun. Fine, except for on the transition was what I wanted to finish it with, and I did not think that pink was that close.
哇，这是打到残留的那个
Did not think that pink thing was that close to me. So hopefully this won't take too long, but like, it's got an awful lot of phases, as you can see. If you shoot quickly on the black phase, you can actually get a damage in early. Nice. See if I can shoot one on the left as well.
然后这个是黑色的，黑色的是需要打那个泡泡炸开一个路，否则那个子弹打不到那个上面。
Really? Dang. Okay. So yeah, as you can see, red's relatively straightforward. I'm fairly certain this phase is very much inspired by red one in Destination's final boss. So I have a lot of experience with this phase, thankfully. Not too bad, okay. Alright, so yeah, for this phase, you mostly just want to pay attention to make sure you're not below the one that will shoot downwards. Because the
这个绿色的这个状态是会出现这种反射的这个眼，它有概率会把你的子弹再反射回来。
I don't like this pink. This is fine. This is fine. Okay, good. So yeah, the large pink bullets have a range of 3 squares that you have to stay away from, and the small ones have a range of 1 square. So it's a little bigger than the actual pink bullet itself looks like. Alright, we're gonna be careful. Nice. It's better.
这个阶段就是普通的。
So you pretty much you can get yellows here if you wanted to, but for the most part it's not worth it. Oops.
好，这个阶段有点意思。这个阶段需要染色，需要把颜色染对，然后上去打。
Depending on how easy it is to hit the slime. So for example, black only has 2, but the light blue has I don't even know a lot, an awful lot. I'm just not getting any hits on that right now. There we go. So that was a much better blue transition. Thank you.
这两把黑色没有输出，有点不是运气不是很好。
Yeah, and blue has way more hits than the other one. Okay, dark blue. This one still launches you, so you go up. If you go fast, yeah, nice. You can get 2 hits in on 1 cycle of the blue guy. Don't like those spikes.
蓝色的就是用下面这个弹高，然后射那个两边的那个反射石头。
Purple's related to the cannon dudes. So just a bunch of fancy looking bullets everywhere, but he has a ton of health to compensate for that.
紫色的也是就是单纯的躲。
Can never get the early hitting right now. Yes. It's kind of difficult to see the black on black as well. Bit of a problem.
现在目前来看，就是这个黑色的有点运气不是很好。
I'll just have to hope I get lucky on the second hit then. Nice. No. If I hit something, please. It's so hard to be careful of this because if you shoot something too close, you are easily going to kill yourself. Okay, and yellow's kind of a tough one. These yellow bullets fall very, very quickly. You kind of want to stay as close to the yellow slime as you can.
这个黄色的是挺好打的，没什么难。
That was nasty. That was rude there. The green You have to shoot a slime on the wall to teleport over to avoid the wall, but like the green slime got in the way for that one. I couldn't shoot the other one in time. That was unfortunate. First two are warm-ups, it's fine. That was a real attempt, but it happens, I guess. So yes, you shoot a slime on a wall to teleport past the giant wall of slimes that are in the way. But unfortunately, one of the other slimes I could shoot got in the way of it. So I shot the slime instead of the wall slime.
这个带蓝色的这个机制，其实跟那个T 娘螺卷风那一招是一样的。
I don't think I'll get 2 cycles on this. That's fine. Wait for this one. Wait for the spikes to go past because they accelerate. Easy. Ah, he's dead. Okay. Okay, so round 2. So here you go. There you go. That's what's supposed to happen. You shoot the slime on the wall and it teleports you past the giant wall of slimes. I did not shoot that. No!
史莱姆的那一招。
And the problem with that attack is that if you jump even a little bit, you will accidentally shoot the wall and teleport back to the other side. Oh, why? It's supposed to be a fast boss. Ah, I've not practiced talking while playing this, and apparently that was a bad idea. Easy, yeah, it's easy, exactly. Easy boss. We all make mistakes, fair enough. Ah, really? I do think the puzzles are the hard part of this, as opposed to the boss, but... Ooh, ah! Not so easy. Eesh. Scary. Yeah, so blue slime, bounce up, avoid the spikes, everything's fine. Oh, I didn't expect that one to spawn. I just rushed that one. I need to take my time more. Oh, whoops. In practice, this boss went okay. In practice, this boss went fine, but yeah, my mistake. It's fine, we have time here, right? Okay. Get to fix my mistake on this one at least. Alright, no spikes nearby, wonderful. Yeah, there's so many phases to keep track of, it's very easy for something to go wrong, for sure. I'm just showing why the boss is a challenge, that's all. Just showing why the boss is difficult. It's fine. Dying a few times okay. Okay, be careful on pink. Alright, this is some nice pink, I'm okay with this. Make sure you're careful with your shots so you don't accidentally hit the pink slime. I did not mean to shoot to the right, but I'll take it. I think only got one left. So you can one-cycle every single attack in this. So you never have to do a second round of anything, but if you miss a couple of shots, then you'll definitely not one-cycle it. Yeah, for the most part here you can just spam shots, honestly. You just got to look above you to make sure nothing's going to get redirected down towards you. And everything should be fine. Ah, don't do this to me again. Don't do this to me again! Why?
What? 我这个死了。
Why do you do these things? Why do you do these things to me? Why are you so cruel? I thought we were friends. Everything seemed to be going so well before. Oh, well, that's on me. That's on me. Oh, I'm panicking so hard, huh? Marathon, like, yeah, sure. Sure, let's go with that. Ah, it went so well in practice. I'm so sorry to amen. Oh no. Alright, fine, next round. Oh my god, I genuinely went so well in practice. The nerves when you do a live event compared to practicing it off stream are so different, huh? They really are. 2 or 10 minutes? Alright, cool, we're fine. This will be okay. Maybe even be able to show off some of the extra. Good. Oh, one more. Okay. Alright, good, that's fine. No spikes nearby as well. Wonderful. Actually, up a second. Oh, I actually killed him. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, interesting. I see. I wonder if I got 2 hits at the same time there. He died surprisingly fast. That's a miscast. Yeah, baby. Yeah, no, I always beat this boss relatively quickly when I was playing it offline, so it was perfectly okay. But definitely seems to be causing me some trouble today. Definitely causing me some issues. Nice. This one's actually not too bad to deal with once you get one of the blue ones out. Yeah, being careful. Not going to get screwed by bad RNG again. Everything's going to be fine. Please die. Thank you. Pink, no. Pink, stop. Pink, please. This is okay? This is okay. Oh, this music is so good as well. Ah, I could have got that extra hit in there. Ah, it's shot spawn. No, stop! Stop! What are you doing? Game, please! Dang it, just as it got good too! Oh no! Fine, okay. It's fine. All we have to do is win, right? No problems here. Bloody hell. Pink, please. Pink, thank you. Accident, yes. Just gonna play this one safe. Wow, there's a lot of stuff over there, huh? Okay, well. Nice. Missed. Nice. I will admit the black on black here is kind of hard to see. It can be a little difficult to read this attack sometimes, because it's so dark. Yeah, one damage is fine. Nope. Okay. We are not going to stand there. We are not going to hit the reflector dudes. Everything is fine. That's not nice, but that's fine. Okay, to take the second round. As long as we don't die another time. As long as we don't die again, everything is okay. That's how the boss fights work. Oh man. Alright, the music's getting hype, which means I'm doing reasonably. Nice. And no spikes to cause me trouble, that's wonderful. You have to be a bit careful on this attack, because the RNG can be a little nasty sometimes, for sure. Okay. We shot early this time, so it's fine. I do not have to worry about things screwing me over. Thank you! Thank you, game! This is how this attack is supposed to look. And not be a problem. Ooh, I actually got that. Nice. Okay, be a bit careful on the yellow here, considering how far in we are, and yellow's not one of the easy ones. They fall very, very quickly when they get close to you, so you have to be very aware of this. Nice. Please stop. Please stop. I'm waiting for the slime first. Please stop. No! Please? Ah! Why? Okay, cool. I don't know where they're going yet. Ooh, okay. This is fine. This is fine. Even the corner's okay, I think. Yeah.
看得我心惊肉跳。
Okay. And white phase. So this is a mixture of everything so far. So just like before, pink is pretty much the worst. You just have to watch out for the small pink
OK，
ones.
最后一阶段了。
Otherwise, you just spam shoot, and eventually you get to the end. Yeah, just be very careful on the pink ones. There you go. There we go. GG. If I finish classic in 3:30. Yay!
哇，666刷起来。
And we get our Sunday back! Yay! And that's SlimePark. It feels weird closing out somebody else's run. If we have time, I can show off some of the extra stuff. I have 5 minutes still. I probably do not have time for the extra, do I? I will let Ghost say whether I can show any of extra off or not. But we have to let the credits play through so that we can get to extra. So, show extra. Okay, okay. So, for extra, there are 3 screens made by the test players of this game. Save time in your classic run. Why? The 3 screens made by each of the test players. One of the test players did not make the screen before the game finished, but 3 of them did. The EFP, Sugar, and Kika, I think. And if you beat these 3, then you unlock a short story mode, which it's a short story, so And then there is also a secret impossible mode thing, which I will try to show off after we are done. Oh, Kiahi, not Kieki, my bad. So I will try my best to explain what's going on, but I don't think I will do as well as AMN did, so there's a lot of stuff you have to do. So I don't think I'll be able to properly explain the puzzles as well as AMN. But I will try my best. Yeah, the credits last a long time, wow. And here's every slime in the game. Yay! So, if you beat the game and get all of the secrets, instead of the credits taking you back to the hub room, it takes you to here, which has a short description for every single slime and object in the game, regardless of whether it's a spike, or a slime, or a shootable object. But because we're a little lower on time, we will skip through all of these guys and go straight to the extra here. There you go.
这个是在就是 Impossible 模式通关之后解锁的一个房间。
So again, these were
会
made
介绍所有的这个
by
史莱姆
test players
还有一些
and our
角色设
I
计
don't
啊
really
以及一些
have
影
much
像
practice at commentating this, so for the most part you'll just have to enjoy watching me go through the puzzles and figuring out how they work, I guess. Okay, so we then hit this again to make you start moving. Get you, go down. Touch this to make this into a normal slime. And let's just go down here. And we need to touch this green thing to make the green guy into a key so that we can get to the end up here. And if we get this key, we can land on these blocks and that will let us go to the wall. Just need to time one last shot here. Is that good? Okay, we're fine. Cool. We have to be a little careful on this block, as pushing a block while inside a slime is always a bit scary. Nice, okay, that's good. Alright. Up here, shoot you, go down, around, get the key. And good, that's one of them down. All done. 2 more to go. Assuming I don't die to the end, which is very likely and I'm scared. Okay, we're good. Cool. Alright, Kika's the one that I'm worried about. I want to do this one to the left. I'm gonna have to wait on the cycle, aren't I? Fair enough. So there are actually 2 ways to do this screen, but one of them is a lot scarier for the ending, so I'll be trying to do the safer route. Because we are trying to get through this. We hit those 2, so that gets rid of the 2 pink slimes there. That lets you get through whenever you want. Nice.
说这一关有2个解法，然后有一个比较难，
That's a bit too close,
这
isn't
里
it?
用的是比较安稳的过
I
程。
messed up. I made mistakes. Yeah, I shot that too late there. This one is the one that I'm worried about. Kika is the one that's very difficult for me because trying to shoot those 2 slimes there, they are very, very close together. And you never get a very big gap on them. It's very hard. So if I can get that gap, then I should be fine on Kika's one. But it's definitely the one I'm worried about the most. Yeah, trying to get these 2 slimes in a good position over here so that I can hit this block is quite challenging.
But
that's the hard part of this save for me. So if I can get that shot down, I should be okay on the rest. There we go, that's a bit better. Shoot you to get those out of the way. Really though? Shoot. Could have delayed that a bit more, I think. So yeah, this one is definitely the hard one for me. Sugar's is very difficult in its own way as well, but it's very consistent, so I don't think that one will take me too much time. And yeah, as this is impossible mode, you have to go through everything whenever you die in any of the saves. Nice. Go up, go down. This level I definitely struggle with a lot, unfortunately. It's just hard. That's fine. I did it again. I went way too early. I need to wait on that one. I need to wait way more. I keep making that mistake. It's so hard for me to time that one well, because you also need to time it with the blue slime that is directly above you, otherwise you cannot get out of the gap. So you have to be very careful. Oh, I tried to rush that one. I tried going fast. I should play this slower. Just wait for the slime, it's fine. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, there you go. There's so many doors you have to go through every single time as well. So we're gonna play this slow, gonna wait for you. If we don't go fast at the start, it does mean we have to wait for this blue slime to come all the way back around again. But that's just how it is, because this is impossible mode. If I try going for the very fast cycle, then, as you saw, it's very easy to miss and die to the green one. Die to the green slime instead above, or hit something else. There we go, that's much better. Okay, that should be good. Come on, other side, I guess then. There we go. Okay, this should be fine. 10 minutes. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So we get that. That lets us go back here. And we use this blue guy to get up. Which we now use for these yellow guys at the top to make them into blocks on the right-hand side. I should be able to finish this in 10 minutes if this sequence goes fine. If this stage goes okay. Okay. So we get that knocked off there. Be careful not to die to the white here. We're going to move you over a little bit, that's fine. So we use this yellow to make sure that the blue falls off the good spot. And we're going to shoot that to get that out of the way. Now we hit you, that makes that into a block. And we'll use these blocks for the end of the level, so that we can actually climb up to the ending. Okay, 1, 2, 3, nice, very nice. Alright, go down, hit you to get the whites out of the way there, because we need that. And wait for this green to move away. There we go. So this is so we can shoot the purple one at the end, so that we can actually make the wall be active. Now we wait for the blue to come back. Oh, I have to hit the slime, so it gets the red out of the way. Missed the cycle. Fair enough. And now we just have to go to the end by pushing 3 blocks very, very slowly. Oh, come on, really? That was so close. I don't think I shot this too far to the right. Dude, no! Come back! I need you! Stop! I'm sure I can get that as well. It's not too far to the right for that. Oh, come on, no! Did I actually shoot this too far over? Ah, that would be upsetting if I did. If this doesn't work, then I'll go to the last secret anyway. Yes! Let's go! Yeah, and now we push these blocks very, very slowly. Very slowly to the end. And be very careful about this green as well, because we do not want him to get in the way. That is definitely not a 4.5, unless you mean getting to the blue wall. Okay, very careful. Nice! Okay, and now for sugars. This one is very, very fast. So you have to time the start. Really? Yeah. If you get the start on sugar, the rest is okay. But trying to time the start of sugars is easily the hard part. But if you get that down, you're fine. Everything's okay. But it can take a few tries to get the shot right, as you have to shoot at a very, very precise timing. That should be okay. I went too fast, really? Ah, I went too early that time. Yeah, you have to activate the yellow one to make the bullet go down, watch it reflect off the brown slime at the bottom, deactivate the slimes, make the slimes into spikes, reactivate the slimes again so the teleport slime is active, and also shoot a pink one while the bullet's all doing all this. Ah, too early, too early. I keep doing that. So yeah, trying to time this is very, very difficult. It shouldn't take too many tries, but I do seem to be having a bit of trouble right now. More. And if we finish this, then we unlock... Good! I shot to the right, the left, not the right. And if we finish this, then we unlock the short story mode, and then we can show the end off. And Ghost, if this is taking a little too long, just let me know, and I'll just show off the impossible mode ending. Which is the intention here. So this is all bonus stuff. Jump, jump. There you go. Okay. I keep going too soon. I keep going too soon on that one. Barely too early. Barely too early. So normally I stand in a very specific spot when I start to move to the right, just so it makes it easier on timing. But it also matters on where you start the shot from as well. I'll stay a bit further to the left this time. I was... Fair enough. It's a true ending in 3 hours! Classic in 3 hours! No! 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 Impossible. There you go, okay. Alright, next try. So if we get this first shot right, the rest will be fine. I went too fast that time because I keep missing it before, so I thought that I was going to miss it again. I thought that I was going to mess up the timing, so I panicked and went fast to the right. So I was supposed to wait longer there for the bullet to bounce off the bottom slime. I think that might be a bit too early on the shot. I barely go too early, dude. I have tried to practice this, but I'm definitely not as skilled at SlimePark as amnjkb is. She is very, very good at this game. There we go. Go around. Don't hit things too early this time. Ah, yeah, so that's what I mean about having to go fast. So there, I did wait long enough. However, I waited too long at the end, and instead of the brown slime at the bottom being a spike to let the bullet pass through, it was in fact a slime. So it absorbed the bullets and it didn't let the bullet go past. Which is why this one's really difficult. It's all about the timing at the start. It's all about the timing at the start. If you get the start timing, you stop the timer when normal ending. Oh, there's a difference there. Oh, I could have gone straight to the end if that was wrong then. If that was a mistake on my part, I thought that was the end as well. Sorry. It's okay, I'll go fast in classic, so it's fine.
啊，就是利用那个刺穿子弹，然后用那个带眼睛的反射子弹。 然后来把子弹运到这个想要的位置，然后中途不能打到其他任何的那个。
So that is the hard part of Sugar's area. Once you get that done, everything is fine. Really? No! I actually dropped too fast. No!
啊 ，Sugar 可以啊，自己都拿。
What's the phrase for idiots in Chinese? Milk? I think milk's one of them. Something like that. I went too early. Milk. This is fine. Everything's okay. There are no problems here. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I think I cursed myself. I made it to the end and then I messed up. Yeah, that was too late there. That was too late and I knew it. So yes, once you get the first shot down and you teleport to the bottom, you should be fine, but I made a mistake, so... Whoops. Yeah, I'll just have to go fast in Classic. Why? I was so good at this one before. Really? How did that not make it? That was so good though. How was that not good? That seems so good there. No. Please hit the thing. I just want to get down. I want to play the rest of the game. Okay, well this is different. No, I shot the wrong way. So my timing has me shoot to the right there specifically. So shooting to the left, I think I would have been too fast. And I wouldn't have been able to rush. 3:37 break. Okay. Man. There you go. Shoot to the right, wasting the thing. 1, 2... and I shot too late on that one. So there, the difference there is I have to shoot to the left before I teleport at the top. Otherwise I won't shoot the first pink slime, which will blow some blocks up that lets me carry on with the level. So you have to be very, very quick on all of the timing here. It's very, very tight. There is very little room for mistakes. Too fast. I guess I'll try shooting multiple times and hope it works, but there I'm going too quickly still, so it wouldn't help with that situation. 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, over, go, through, shoot. Okay, we've got 2 bullets. That means this should be easier.
这是不是速冻线上练习？
Oh! Okay. Go here, hit you. That means the pink slime doesn't blow up early. Wait. Shoot. Okay. This is good. Good. So, now we have to wait for this yellow slime to get over this block here, and then we can move through, and then more waiting for this blue slime. So now we wait for this blue slime to get down, and we can shoot the king slime to activate the warp, and then we should be able to go straight to the end, unless I make more mistakes, which might happen. So I will try my best to be very, very careful on the last couple of jumps here. Okay. Be careful, don't die at the end.
这要翻了，就是不小心碰到史莱姆。
And then we drop this onto here. Very, very carefully. Hold onto it. And then we touch the warp and everything's good. Yay! And here's a short story. So, the story here is Miku finds a kid that is lost in the museum. Like, what is your name? Like, what are you doing here, child? Is everything okay? Where are your parents? And the child says, my name's Sari, to which Miku says, I didn't ask your name, but okay, very nice. And everything gets spooky and Miku is very confused. Oh no! The slime can transform! It wasn't a kid at all!
这边是这个
Which
最
Sari
后的
is
一
very
个
rude and calls
短
Miku an idiot.
故事。
So,
这个角色
Sari
一个是
doesn't seem to be very nice.
一个是夜回的那个主角吧。
小剧场
And just
啊，
leaves.
小剧场。
It's like, I had you fooled! Ha 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 ha! Walks out. To which it turns out this wasn't Miku at all. This was another transforming slime, who suddenly found another just like her. So Sari missed out on making a friend. Not very smart. Oh dear. And that's a short story. And there's other slimes around here like Giza, Chasuo, Lemon X Reaper, Piece of Cheese, and so on. And you can also see a couple of them in here. Whoa! And there's, yeah, short text for each of them as well, like Giza made not another needle game, and so on and so forth. And now we will go to the impossible mode ending, which is through this wall, as we all could have guessed. So this is the end for impossible mode. So this is only unlocked if you play on impossible difficulty. Yep. I don't know what the text says. I did not read what this said in normal, so... Yeah, you talk to the sign, you get through the text, and true and clear! Yay! SlimePark. Oh, and more Sari text. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Goodbye, kid. Slime Cemetery Park. Oh, I see. But it's okay, because we got the dessert, so everything is fine. As long as you have dessert, everything is good in life. Yep, no wall. No big slime to steal our food this time. Game clear. Oh. There you go. And all the slimes just slowly disappear. Never to be seen again. Yep. So the text on this says, "We mourn the war dead and pray for the peace of the future." Very sad ending. But yeah, I think that's true end. I think that's everything. So thank you for watching SlimePark. Sorry for taking a little long on the extra stuff. I will try to go quickly in Classic.
这 training 简单来说就是
全面。
史莱姆灭绝了。
好，我们快速转场下一个。一首歌的时间。
I don't think there's anything left to say. So. Goodbye.
这框架割了吗？这是？
哎，等一下。